Welcome to Newspaper Review on Eniapole TV in Osun State, Southwest Nigeria. Hi, I'm Comfort Arakpashoko, and with me in the studio is
Saye Bankole.
Benue government to Buhari pay attention to humanitarian crisis in Benue. The Executive Secretary of Benue State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Dr. Emmanuel Shero, has appealed to the United Nations, the international community, civil society organizations, as well as the federal government to pay attention to the humanitarian crisis in Benue and the dire condition of the over 2 million internally displaced persons, IDPs, in the state. He expressed sadness that the federal government had abandoned the state with the IDPs who were displaced by Fulani herdsmen in flagrant violation of global conventions on the right to life and human dignity. Dr. Shero, in a statement issued weekend in Makurdi in commemoration of the 2022 World Humanitarian Day (WHD), with the theme to show the importance, effectiveness, and precision impact of humanitarian work, said the team was apt, stressing that with record high humanitarian needs around the world, this year's WHD builds on this metaphor of collective endeavor to grow global appreciation of humanitarian work. He noted that the humanitarian crisis in the state occasioned by armed X-Men attacks in the last 5 years had overstretched the lean resources of the state. For more details, check Vanguard newspaper.
Punch newspaper this morning. Federal government releases suspected IPOB members arrested in 2020. The federal government has released suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra arrested by officers of the Nigerian Army since February 27, 2020 at the Imo River community in Abia State. The victim, Sunday Unwafo, 59 years old, Unzo Wane Ejiofo, 48 years, and Wilfred Deke, 36 years, were held at 14th Brigade Nigerian Army, Oafia, Abia State for over 2 years. Meanwhile, Amnesty International Nigeria has welcomed the release of the trio. In a statement on Wednesday night, Amnesty International urged the government to provide information about the status of other victims of enforced disappearance and incommunicado detention. Amnesty International urges Nigerian authorities to provide information about the status of the victims and enforce disappearance and incommunicado detention, grant their families and lawyers access to them, charge them to court, or release them in the absence of the legal authority used to justify their continued detention. The statement read in part. Spokesperson of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachuku, did not take calls, not responded to WhatsApp or text messages from our correspondent on Wednesday night. Check details on Punch newspaper.
ASU strike, legal actions, no solution. Minister of Education Adamu was mandated by President Muhammadu Buhari to solve the academic staff of Nigerian universities ASU crisis within 2 weeks when the period expired. Adamu denied being given an ultimatum and asked university students to sue their lecturers over the 7-month-old strike. Adamu's suggestion, which had sounded comical then, has become the order of the day. The federal government, through the Ministry of Labour and Employment, has dragged ASU before the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, NICN. It seeks, among other reliefs, for the court to compel ASU to resume work while it is. NICN is looking into the dispute in line with Section 18(1)(b) of the TDA Cap T8 LPN 2004. In a countermeasure, foremost social advocacy group, the Social and Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SIRAP), along with 5 university students, have sued President Buhari, asking the court to declare unlawful the refusal by the federal government to meet ASU's demands, which has occasioned a long strike action and violated the students' right to quality education. For more details, check Vanguard newspaper.
Still on Punch newspaper this morning, Oyetola resorting to media trial. PDP alleges the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has accused the All Progressive Congress and Governor Adegboyega Oyetola of resorting to media trial regarding their position and petition against the victory of Senator Ademola Adeleke in July 16 election poll. A statement by the Osun PDP Director and Media and Publicity Oladele Bamiji, obtained in Osogbo on Wednesday, said APC within 1 week declared the state as unsafe and actualized its plan of moving the sitting of the tribunal against Adeleke victory to Abuja. The party also alleged APC of sponsoring falsified election analysis by paid agents masquerading as election observers. The statement reads in part, "Media trial is an assault to the judiciary that has demonstrated readiness to discharge its responsibility without fear or favor. We therefore charge Osun people to be on guard and be prepared to resist any plot by the APC to make a mess of our democracy with its incessant culture of stealing mandates." Check details on the Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper this morning: court rules on Baba Ijesha's bail application on Monday. And Ikeja Special Offences Court will on Monday rule on a bail application filed by Olanrewaju James, also known as Baba Ijesha, whether the convict has met special circumstances for the court to grant him bail. Justice Oluwatoyin fixed a date after taking arguments from both the prosecuting and defense counsel. The bail application is sequel to the jail term that was handed down to Baba Ijesha by Justice Taiwo, who sentenced him to a 5-year concurrent jail term. However, his legal team is in court to appeal the judgment. When the came up on Wednesday, one of the convict's counsel, Shukodi Adiuchukwu, told the court that the team brought to notice of bail pending the appeal pursuant of Section 6, Subsection 6 of the 1999 Constitution and Section 51 of the High Court Law of Lagos State Administration of Criminal Justice Law, admitting the applicants to bail either unconditionally or upon reasonable conditions. Speaking on the special circumstances, Adiuchukwu explained that the application was taken before Justice Taiwo, as securing a date at the Court of Appeal might be difficult considering the number of cases before the court. And before we go, this is a breaking news that the mother of the Ondo State Governor, Lady Evangelist Grace Akeredolu, is dead. Mrs. Akeredolu was 90 years old. Richard Olatunde, Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Ondo State, who confirmed the news, said she died peacefully in her sleep early this morning. She is survived by children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and other family members. Further announcements were made by the family, and that is the size of our package on Newspaper Reviewed. Once again, my name is Asaye Bankole.
Do share and subscribe to our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Eniaponle TV. I am Comfort Arakpashoko. Many thanks for listening.